So comedian Monique and her son Shalon, I think I said Shalom yesterday, are going back and forth. Monique Club Shay Shay interview. Her son responded. Then Monique and Daddy responded. And then Shalon responded. And then Monique posted private text messages between her son, and Daddy and her son. I was trying to give Monique the benefit of a doubt because I was a young mom. I had my daughter at 16, and I understand being a young mom and you want to live your life, but then you have this little person you have to take care of. And I took care of my daughter. I took care of Lexi. Most of you know my daughter's a special needs individual, and I will take care of her until the Lord close my eyes. And so I was trying to give Monique the benefit of a doubt. Like I was able to see both sides. Monique, I understand. You was a comedian. You trying to get this bag. You trying to be famous. But then you have your child that you reject. I feel like abandoned and rejected are the wrong words. I just feel like she wasn't really there like a mom is supposed to be there. I don't know if he was raised with the dad. Um, and so I was trying to give you the benefit of a doubt, Monique. But you posting your son's private text messages and Daddy dragging him, I got a problem with that. I have a problem with that, Monique. By the way, y'all, you see I'm late decorating for Valentine's. This is my towel, my curtain I put out last night, so the creases could fall out. And I woke up late, so maybe tomorrow I'll put it up. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it, Monique. I don't like it. So, y'all, I'm gonna play the video for you of him responding to Monique and Daddy's interview, and then I'm gonna share the text messages. I'm not gonna read them. I think it is disgusting and gross for you to share something he said about getting his license, working on his credit score, and then Daddy jumping in at the end trying to chastise. I got a problem. I have a problem with that. And this is what I'm saying about toxic mamas. We talk about deadbeats daddy, but we never talk about toxic mamas. And yesterday I was like, I really appreciate Monique saying, I wanted to live my life. I had no interest in being a mom and a wife. I appreciate that. And I think if most moms could accept and could admit to their wrong, I think relationships would have been better. I'm 47 in October. I confronted my mama about some things, and up to a month ago, after I bought 2 plane tickets for her for $1,500, she's not talking to me now. Up to a month ago, my mother said to me, I did nothing wrong. And I'm like, you are kidding me. I confronted you at 28. So almost 20 years later, let me count it, 28, 38, 48, you're still saying you did nothing wrong. Yet, this same woman, my mother, the last time she was here was before COVID. We had a big old blow up. And my mother said to me, you never send Lexi come stay with me at Jamaica. You think you're better than we because you never send Lexi to stay with me at Jamaica. And I'm like, you mistreated me when I lived with you. So why would I send my daughter to come live with you to stay with you when I was living with you, you mistreated me? Why should I continue the cycle? So all these years, my mama is walking around being mad that I never sent my daughter to come live with her or for summers. And for those of you in the Caribbean, we know that's what most people do. They have the girls come here, they have their kids, and they send the kids home to live with the mama. I'm not doing that because it's easy. You don't have to worry about daycare. You work, you send the money, and your mama raise the kids. Not me. I'm not doing that. She's my child. She is my baby. I spreaded my legs. I got pregnant. I was given an option. And they found out my auntie found I was pregnant. She said, you want to do A or have the baby? And I said, I'm having the baby. Because at least I know, girl, you don't lay down and fornicated. Don't go doing something else. I had my baby. And I sacrificed my life taking care of this girl. We slept in a studio apartment in a full-size bed until Lexi was 8 years old. So I understand what Monique is saying. But Monique, what I don't understand is why would you share your son private text messages with him? It's disgusting. But anyways, let me play this video because I have a one-on-one later this morning. Let me play this video. I just think it's gross. And I'm playing it from somebody else's channel. This is Kimmy's World channel. She has the whole video uninterrupted. And so I'm going to play it from her channel. So shout out to Kimmy's World. I'm giving her credit. I'm speeding it up a little bit. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up, share this out. Husband Profile course begins very soon in March. Book reading club is going to be starting this week. Okay. All right. I'm speeding it up and I'm going to drop down so he could talk and have his piece.
All right. So I'm just going to get straight to it. Hi, I'm Shalon. So I find it unique that my video was in response to my mother and not her husband, but yet he still had the most to say, which isn't.
And let me say this. He's one thing a lot of people saying about him. He's well-spoken. Yeah. I like a well-spoken man. You've heard, well, y'all don't heard my husband, but I love that he's so well spoken.
I also find it unfortunate that my mother does not seem to speak on her own. The only two worlds that I know where daddy is used is for children speaking with their fathers and women acknowledging their pimps. Her husband starts off by literally doing the very thing that I said that they would do, which honestly kind of made me feel as though their response was ironic because they validate my original video. Either A, she has some newfound moment of clarity, or B, she retreats back to daddy. In her retreat back to him, though, he does not acknowledge what I did say, but instead begins to create a new narrative of things that I did not say, which negates the effects of a response video. The two of you essentially created a new video rather than actually respond to what was actually said.
Right.
You also brought up my father. My father, though, is not doing interviews talking about me. In quick regards to the three sons comment, under the context in which your husband was speaking, by your rationale, Ma, he should have easily had no problem saying 4 sons, especially since you say he knew me before I knew me. The two of you can sometimes come off as seekers of weak levels of empathy from others, while at the same time sidestepping any accountability that one may need to take. To attempt to address what I said to another man while also trying to make your wife victim number one has nothing to do with you. My father did not need you to speak for him. You're her daddy, not his. My mother has been speaking on our relationship for years. So to imply that only one side of the story was told when there are several articles and interviews throughout the internet discussing my strained relationship with her, filled with quotes from your wife speaking directly about me, while also providing vague context and downplaying the impact of an uninterested mother. I am 33 years old and have had ample opportunity to go to the media and tell some BS story for a BS amount of money, but instead I am on TikTok expressing my feelings for free. If the two of them were paying attention, I literally explained in my first video why I am responding using TikTok. And I should not have to repeat myself. My mother also states there are some people that are saying, oh, you should be ashamed of your mothering skills. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is what I say. Let's let it play out. Because the same ones that were saying, oh, I was crazy, I was deranged, we watched it play out. So just like with my son, we're going to watch this play out. First of all, who the hell is we if it ain't you and I reconciling our relationship? Second of all, it's power in a word. Nobody is playing, but I can understand why you would use that word specifically. As you stated in the cliche interview, you had the mentality of a 15-year-old child. You required a man to raise you, and you were acting like a little girl. These are your words. It doesn't matter what context I have them in. This is how you thought of yourself as a grown adult who was someone's mother. Last time I checked, Monique fans, a 15-year-old grown adult who acts like a child but is in search of their daddy, they don't typically make efficient parents. But hey, I could be wrong. On a more serious note, to sit there and allow your daddy to address my mental health in a weak attempt to pass my response off as a moment is disturbing and insulting to those of us who do have mental health issues. The way I presented myself was no different than my mother and her daddy presented themselves when addressing D.L. Hughley. And her precious sweet babies ate it up. DL is wrong because he's so loud. Mo and Daddy are right because they're so calm. But I, for some reason, don't get the same energy. To simply try to call me crazy is dismissive and cowardice. Attacking somebody's mental status is a clear sign that you have zero to stand on. Furthermore, what kind of person still has a text message from their wife's son that is over 2 years old, still in their phone, saved just for the purpose of re-showing it to him? Yes. What I specifically remember about that message is that at the end of it, you said something along the lines of, if you don't respond, I understand. I could care less about what your message was about. But for you to say in the message, if you don't respond, I understand, why was it then that when you and I did speak, after that message was sent, the first question out of your mouth is, hey man, how come you didn't respond to my text message? I found that to be very unique. But I did not need an explanation on how to speak to women or how to listen to women. That was not what that situation was about. Wow. My mother showed me how conceited she is in that situation that you were referring to. For a woman to villainize the actions of her son for being a man and a father to his new family, simply because she had not heard from him in 2 days, as though her phone was broken and she could not check on me. Because last time I checked, I was a new parent. Yeah. I didn't get a new house. I didn't go on vacation. I didn't just get a new game system. I had a baby. And in those 2 days that you did not hear from me, I was handling my business as a man and a father. But I'll assume your phone and the phones of those around you were all broken, which I wanted to believe was the reason why you did not respond to a message from your son expressing his concern over some bumps that your grandchild had on her back. You would later make it your business to tell me that you got the message and chose not to respond because her other grandmother is a nurse. Damn the fact that she is also your blood. And shout out to Nana. My baby girl loves her some Nana. The statement about money and then stating, don't let nobody introduce me to you, is not a competent statement to make because it wasn't a complete sentence, nor did the two things correlate with each other. And when did you have the time to introduce yourself to a son that you weren't interested in and didn't do the best job you could do? I'm starting to think that you're not hearing yourself. Jesus. To address money, you gave me $10,000 for a down payment on a car. Yes, thank you again. Thank you. My girlfriend and I were already prepared to put our money together and get a car. You and your husband called us one day and stated that y'all were going to give us $5,000 for a down payment. We said, okay. You then called us back a day or two later and stated that you would be giving us $10,000 for a down payment on the car. You and him made the conscious choice to give us that money. We did not ask you for anything. But this is an example of a rich person doing something for you. And because this is, an example of a rich person doing something for you because they want to do it for you, but because it doesn't have the desired effect that they want it to have, you are inconsiderate and ungrateful. So let's take it a step further. I eventually would uncover that my mother had left me a UTMA worth $45,000. You never brought that account to my attention. You claim it was because you forgot that you even set it up in the first place, which validates my original point. Who forgets that they invested $45,000 into a child that at that time is the only child? When I was homeless, and I called you to help me figure out how to access the account, you said, Shalon, I don't even know what you're talking about. And if I did, why do you think I would help you? After finding out from the Georgia Department of Revenue that they had been sending me mail to 3 separate Georgia addresses, all of which I lived at with you at some point or another. For the life of me, I can't grasp how those letters managed to slip by so many people at 3 different locations. I did, however, eventually get access to the money and the brokerage account that you had set up for me with Morgan Stanley. To be fair, what you put together for me was amazing, especially had I let it sit for a year or two, which made it bittersweet that you wouldn't have wanted to help or even educate me on how to manage what I had. My blowing through that money is all on me, and I have to take my accountability for that, and it's a lesson learned. Sydney stated that the last time that him and I spoke, I wanted to call him Dad. The actual truth is that I wanted to call him Pop. Calling you Uncle Sydney, but my mother calls you Daddy, and the boys call you Daddy. It was getting a little awkward. And yes, for a very short time, I did feel that way about you, but the more things change, the more they stay the same. Oh, Black Jesus. I do just want to really quickly give a really, really big thank you to the support that I've received throughout this. I didn't think that that was something that was going to happen. I didn't make that video to have a tennis match with my mother. I do not plan on making any more videos. This is it. I've said what I wanted to say. To me, if you're not going to acknowledge, you've already shown me that you don't care enough to acknowledge what I did say. So I definitely don't have the expectation that you're going to acknowledge now what I'm saying. So it is what it is. But once again, I want to say thank you again, man. That day that before I posted that original video, I went to sleep with 25 followers. I probably could name all. I probably name all 25 of those people. I think I have over like 12,000 followers now. That's really cool, man. I really appreciate that. But I just can't say thank you enough. I know I sound like a broken record, but I do appreciate the love, and best of luck to my mother and Sydney. And I hope that the Cat Williams tour is incredible. I really, really do. But when it comes to me, I'm going to enjoy being a dad and being a man and just going through life, man. I don't want to be famous or notorious for being someone's neglected kid. I don't want that to be my story. And I only said what I said just to provide context, not to become anything. But y'all be safe, man. Peace.
Thank you, Shalon. I appreciate that. So let's go through the text messages. I'm not going to read them because I think it's just disgusting and gross that Monique would expose private text messages. And me personally, I don't like that. So, they're out here. You'll be able to read them. Let's go back. Okay. So let me jump down so y'all could read them. You could pause and read and let me expand. Okay. So let's see if I could expand this one more time. Can y'all see it? Oh, okay. There you go. So pause and read. I can. It's gross to me that she would expose his text messages. Okay. I don't like that because these are private text messages. I'm not even going to read the last one, but, pause and read. He's a decent looking guy. He's decent looking. Oh, wait, y'all was missing some? Okay, no, I just think it's the weights. It is. Okay. Because that hi, baby, sweetie thing, I don't like that. That's fake. Okay. So look, why are you exposing his credit business? Why, Monique? Why would you expose your own child credit business? You're proving his point. You're proving his point. It's disgusting that you would do this to this boy. It's awful. Let me decrease that a little bit. It's disgusting. It's terrible. As a mother, why would you expose your child like this? I'm sure Daddy told you to do it. I'm sure Daddy told you to do it. Okay, where's the one that Daddy wrote? Where's the one that Daddy wrote? Hold on, y'all. Okay, so this is the one Monique is saying. Let me read this one. Hey, my sweet babies, here are receipts from a mother who allegedly does not love her son. We are sharing this with you, Shalon, and the community. Some will completely get it, others won't. We love us. I don't get it. I don't get it, Monique. Why would you do this to your own child? Why would you? This is the one that Daddy wrote. And I hate this. Let me read this one that he said. Remember today, and this is Uncle Sid. If you don't change your immature ways, you're going to lose my man. We can't be mad at you, but we're definitely sad for you. And I guess this is the day when he had the baby. How do you go from putting your mother on hold when generations of family are able to see Sinai on Nicole's side, but you gave no instruction to Tuffy or your mother as to when they would or could be able to see Sinai until after Tuffy brought this fact to your attention? Interestingly, you're a man now, but you were a little boy just days ago as you needed me to walk you through getting a car. The items for the baby you wouldn't even have if your mother, Tuffy, and I didn't care enough to do that for you. You needed to be rescued from your apartment weeks ago by Tuffy, but you cussed her out days after. What's wrong? I hate that. I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I am disgusted and grossed out, Monique. I'm disgusted and grossed out, y'all. But toxic mama. We never talk about these toxic mamas. We need to talk about them. All right, y'all. I have to go. Remember to show me love and support. My books are available on Amazon. Leave a comment for me. Let me know what you think. Love you. Bye.